We see a lot of people telling us that we should be, to a certain degree, obsessed about something. You see this on social media, you see this on YouTube, you see this in many, many places. And we see, for example, let's take people like a David Goggins, or I don't know, maybe even an Andrew Tate, or whoever it may be. People that have a very big drive and a very big motivation to go much further than a lot of people are going. And I know, because I have also been there with some people, that a lot of people look up to these people, which is very good. But basically the point that I want to make here is that actually there is nobody in this world to look up to for your personal situation. Because let's take someone like a David Goggins, for example. For the people that don't know them, you can look him up on YouTube or whatever. He's basically a man who is an ex-military and who does crazy things like ultra marathons and whatever it is. And a lot of people, including myself, if we look at those people, we think, how on earth is it possible that these people have that drive and that motivation to keep going and to go that far and to push themselves through things? And I also know out of my own experience that we think to ourselves, how on earth, or why don't we have that? Or how can we get that motivation, and how can we be more driven? How can we get up in the morning and not feel distressed or not feel angry and basically low energy to do the things that we need to do? Now, the point here is that these people, and basically everybody in this world, has their own drivers and has their own motivators. And for a lot of people, maybe those people who maybe have had a bad or a little bit worse upcoming or background, these people have a whole different feeling and a whole different perspective about the world. Now, I, for example, have always had a very good upbringing. I've always had food. My parents always were there. They took care of me. I basically had everything. There's nothing that I didn't have. I don't have any experiences of being hungry and not having something to eat or not having something to drink. Now, the people that have experienced that in whatever situation they have been, their whole perspective, drive and motivation about life is totally different than mine. I can imagine to a certain degree what it would be like to not have that, but it's always very different to somebody that has actually experienced it. And that is the same for everybody. That's the same for you, and that's the same for me. I have had my own experiences, you have had your own experiences, and I don't know how you feel about yours, about the things that have happened to you, and as you don't know how I feel about the things that have happened to me. So to too much look up to other people doesn't even matter who it is. It could even be your neighbor or your sister or your brother. It doesn't matter. Everybody has their own experiences. That's at least how I, or at least that's what I've learned thinking back about it and looking at my own situation. Yes, I look up to people that do very great things, and I want to be to a certain degree, or maybe do the things that they do to a certain degree again. But I just don't have the same life experiences, and I don't have had the same things that have happened to them. So for me, it is simply impossible to have the same drive, feelings and motivation to do certain things and to go as far as these people go. So instead of looking at what other people are doing or how they are doing things, I try and have tried to look more into myself and maybe even look more to the things that fit me and the things where I want to go and the things that drive me or could drive me. Now, what I have done and what has helped very, very much for me is to basically put myself in situations where I don't have any other choice. So as I mentioned, I have always had everything basically perfectly, especially compared to what other people have. I have never had a situation again where I didn't have anything to drink, to eat, or even have a place to sleep. That has never been a problem for me. So it's very difficult for me, especially in situations where I've always had money coming in through my job. I feel very comfortable. So either I had to accept that situation and just live there, which is very great, which is absolutely fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you look up to people and you see other people doing certain things that you also want to do, that is at least what was the situation for me. And what helped me is to just put myself in situations, sign up for something, quit my job, as I've done recently, just quit my job, and now I have to get out there and I have to do something to obtain any kind of money for myself, to pay my rent and to pay for food. But that's basically the only thing that helped me, is to just put myself into these situations, sign up for a marathon. Now I either can chicken out and don't do it, but I've also told a lot of people that I'm going to do it. So by signing up for it and telling other people that I'm going to do that, the bar for me to now quit is very high. It's very difficult for me, at least again, that is my experience and that's my situation. It's very difficult for me to not do it. The same, I quit my job. It's very difficult for me to now lay in bed and do nothing, because I always have that feeling. That drive now comes naturally to me, because I know that I have to do something and I know that I have to get out there. So in short, the point here, don't look up too much to what other people are doing and what other people have done. At least that's again what I have done, and that's at least how I look at it currently in my situation. And look more to the things that you could do, the things that are actually motivating you. Maybe you want to help somebody. You maybe there's a different goal that you have. Maybe there's something even bigger that you didn't even think of. And put yourself in situations where there's basically no going back. Maybe there's always a way to go back, but make it to a certain degree as hard as possible for yourself. And that's at least again for me how I've accomplished to be more motivated and have a stronger drive. So that is my experience. That's what I've learned over the past couple of months, and that's what I'm trying to implement on a day-to-day basis, not give myself any other chance. Share your comments, share your knowledge, share your experiences with us, share them in the comments or send me a message. And for now, again, thank you very much for listening.